Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of August 19th. Before we get started, let's thank the Patreon supporters. We have Mario Casillas, RetPallyRocks, Nick Rada, Peter Burnham, and RetSpecOps. Thank you guys so much for the support. You can check out the Patreon. You can join for free, or you can become a supporter. Let's go ahead and get started on what's going on in the game this week. Decent amount to talk about in a new season here. Quickly for the weekly event type things, we do have the next wing of the raid finder opening up, the second wing. I believe there's 3 total wings. This will be the second wing, and I believe the last wing will be next week. So you'll be able to participate in that. Furthermore, maybe a more important thing for those of you who have the quest to kill Dimensius, and maybe you just do not raid at all, the story mode of Dimensius will actually be open up this week as well. At least that's what it says on the calendar. So if you are someone who doesn't raid but you have that quest, you want to see the fight, like the general version of it, just go through the story of it, basically, right? You should be able to do that. I believe it's like right here. Yeah, the play Dimensius, the Aldevar in story mode. So should be able to do that. We also have the PvP brawl, Cooking Impossible, not my favorite thing. And we also have the World Quest bonus event going on, one that's usually worth doing, honestly. If you can spare some time to do a few world quests, it's usually worth doing that one in particular. So that's all going on. That's all that's going on in the game really this week. But we have some other big things to talk about. So this week we're actually going to have a ton of news coming out about Midnight, the next expansion. Today, in fact, there should be a new trailer dropping. I hope it's a new trailer. I hope it's not like a rehashed trailer that we've already seen. But they're going to be doing this big event at Gamescom all week. Previewing housing, previewing some other things as well there. So I plan on doing videos on these things, especially anything that's even somewhat interesting. I might even, there's no guarantee of this because of the time of the day it is, but I might even go live here on YouTube and watch the trailer live and get like a live reaction of it. I'm not sure on that, but I might do that. So yeah, possibly tons of new things coming out this week for Midnight itself. It seems like a very hype expansion. It seems like there's a lot of hype around it, at least. Now, WoW expansion, there's still a lot of people who play WoW, so all expansions have some level of hype to them. Even Shadowlands had hype to it, right? But there seems to be a kind of like this renewed sense of hype for Midnight, for whatever reason, probably for many reasons, but I'm definitely hyped for it myself, and I'm very curious to see the direction they're going to go now. They clearly changed War Within story and changed War Within a little bit to kind of go into this new direction. So I'm just curious to see where that direction takes us and what the point of the direction is and all that kind of stuff. Just from even the storyline itself, but also just, the game's been pretty good for a lot of these patches as well. Since Dragonflight, basically. So definitely excited about that. So we'll have news all week, I believe. So like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're doing small things all week, I believe. And I say small, but I guess they could be large as well. Could be huge stuff that we figure out from the trailer to housing or whatever else. So I will be taking a look at that. We also have the Race to World First going on. Now, maybe you don't care about this yourself, but it is a very highly watched and anticipated event with, hundreds of thousands of people, watching this throughout the day. And they're not even on the final boss yet. Obviously, the final boss, usually it even ticks up a little bit more because people are more interested in that. And they're not even there yet. They're on the second to last boss, I believe. At the time of recording this, all 3 of the top guilds, Liquid, Echo, and Method, are all on the second to last boss. As of time recording this, Echo and Method would be asleep right now, and Liquid is still pulling it. So that's shaping up. I like watching it myself. It's kind of weird, maybe the reason I watch it. The same reason I watch like the MDI. I just kind of like having an intricate knowledge of how the fights work. Now, I'm not even going to be doing Mythic this tier unless I come in as a bench or something for some guild or just whatever. Like, I'm not going to be progging this tier on Mythic. But, I still generally like to understand the fights. If I did go into a boss fight, I would like to know what I'm doing and everything like that. Including the Mythic mechanics. So I enjoy watching it for that reason, mostly. But also, finding... It's interesting me watching these top guilds find DPS when they're so far off in many cases. Like, I didn't think on Queen Ansrek that they were going to have enough DPS, for example. And then they found it, which was pretty crazy. And it's always kind of cool to see that, to see this absolute min-maxing of it. So I do enjoy that. So we have that going on as well. Gamescom race will first. For myself, I did do, despite not having a guild, but with mostly my old guild and then some pugs or whatever, we did normal mode of the raid, so I at least got to do the raid, even if only on normal mode. We also did the first 3 bosses of heroic with this ragtag group that we had. The 4th boss on heroic, we just didn't have enough DPS for, frankly, with the level of alts and, you know, rat ults they call them and stuff in the group. But, you know, it's still pretty fun. I expect to still get AOTC at least at some point, pugging it or with my former guild or wherever. But yeah, the raid itself is a spectacle. It's very cool. It's a cool feeling. On normal, you get to experience the coolness and the feelings more than on mythic. I've found that out, because you don't have to, you're not as worried about the mechanics and stuff. If you want to take a look at the scenery while you're fighting, it's perfectly okay to do that on normal mode. And so I was able to do that and enjoy it. And yeah, the raid's really cool. I will say my sons, I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they were mesmerized by the Dimensius fight. And it's hard. Kids these days, they have a lot of stuff attracting their eyes. So for them to be sitting there watching that fight and thinking it was so cool, it does say something, honestly. So whoever designed that fight did a really good job. If you can get the attention of children in this day and age, then you've done a pretty good job, in my opinion. You might say you don't want your game to be for children or whatever, but it's hard to capture children's attention these days if you don't know. So that was a very good job by them on that. So, and I did a ton of Mythic Plus this week. We'll have my first vault opening this week. I always do that. I'm not going to have as crazy of vaults as I possibly had before with not having a Mythic. I wouldn't have a Mythic on the first week anyways, but having a Mythic raid option on the top row. But we can still go through the upgrades and stuff like that. It's kind of fun to open them up anyways. So we can still go through that. Did as much Mythic Plus as I could. Again, pugging the entire thing. I think I got up to like 2,300 just pugging. What did I get up to? I might do another 2275, and I might do another key if I have time here. I might get over 2,300, but yeah, not too bad for just pugging every key. No groups with any friends or guild mates or former guild mates or anything. That's complete pugging too. So it's not always easy getting invites, but you know, if you stick with it and you kind of pick your spots there, you can get through it. No new ret news coming out. We will have a 5% damage buff going live today. I expect there to be further buffs coming. Something done to Herald of the Sun, maybe. The Ret Discord still shut down. My video about that actually did very well, better than I thought it would. I'm guessing a lot of people from the Ret Discord maybe found that video and like, hey, I'll get news from this guy. If so, that's good. It's good. I will give you reliable stuff on Ret Paladin, but we'll see where that whole saga goes. And of course, we'll cover any changes that happen with Ret Paladins. As always, I should give updates to this more often, but you know, I always check in with the Secret Finding Discord, see if there's anything good going on there. I don't check in every day, but I check in every few days or so. And the last time I checked in, there wasn't anything going on, not even hints of anything, not even anything that I saw was promising that I would look into. So nothing going on that front. It's still part of the game that I love very much, is the secret finding stuff, but there is nothing going on right now with that. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, I encourage you to check out the Patreon. It's really I hope to do even more content on there, but right now I do have a video every week for the top tier, but I hope to do more content for just anybody, even free members, just to get people over there. So check it out if you like. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.